I've just come home from work and decided to let these two sisters out to run around.
God.
I'm sorry, Mr. Whitaker, I couldn't hear you. What did you say?
I said, God help me.
Run around. As you can see, they love interacting with each other and playing rough. But I wanted to address one of the main topics or one of the main issues that people have when they get a puppy or get a dog and they take him to a dog park, or they're playing with another dog that they're roughhousing and they're really enjoying themselves. They find it hard to recall the dog and bring the attention back. And I've obviously made a couple videos on how to raise Doberman puppies. I haven't gone too in depth, but I just wanted to have a chat and show you guys what we're all about and how we manage our dogs and how we train our dogs. As you can see, they like to play rough, and I let them obviously play how they want to play. This is their own time. Hey, easy. But as soon as I say something, they understand that they need to respond and they need to cut off or stop whatever it is that they were doing in that moment. And another thing is, the only time they'll ever be allowed to play is if they can follow my rules and the directions that I set out. So if they're gonna play, they have to earn it, basically. And what I mean by that is, as you can see, the dogs have no equipment, no collars on them, but they still respond to commands. Viper, Atlas, here, sit.
Oh my God! Wow!
Free. And as long as they can follow my instructions and my directions, they can do whatever they want. And that's the part that most people struggle with, is they try to control everything about the dog. They want to control how the dogs play. They want to control when they sit down, when they come, when they do all these different things. But at the end of the day, you got to let them be dogs, and you can let them roughhouse as long as obviously they're not hurting each other, and as long as they are under control. Okay, enough. As long as they're under control, it's fine. Another thing that I really wanted to mention is, if you're trying to do recall or get your dog back and you haven't done the foundation and the work required beforehand, and you put your dog in a situation like this, you're basically setting them up for failure. This stage that they're at now took months and months of work beforehand. I might make a video on how to get to this stage where even if the dog's playing rough, you can recall them, get them to sit, come back to you. I can make a video on that. But most people see this and then they just want to do this straight away. That's not fair on you, and that's not fair on your dog if you haven't put the time and effort into actually teaching them how to respond to things under distractions. As I said, I'll make a video on how to have, nothing's 100%, but how to have basically a guaranteed recall with your dog, how to get their attention, how to bring them back, even when they're playing with other dogs, even when there's a highly rewarding situation happening. Whereas, if they see a rabbit, if they see, okay, enough. If they see something really rewarding and they want to chase it, how to call them off. All these things come about when you're very balanced, right? Like everything in life, there's consequences for every action. So one of the basic things that you have to understand is, why would the dog listen to you if there's no consequence, right? I mean, like, if you could do whatever you wanted and there was no consequences in life, chances are you'd do everything, and that might not be good, that might not be bad, but there's no actual meaning to anything, because you just basically just whatever comes into your head, you do it. And that's not the kind of attitude you want your dog to have, because if a dog has that attitude and they want to do anything they want to do at any time, chances are they're going to be very unproductive. So what you have to teach your dog is the good and the bad, right? As I said, you don't have to be heavy-handed with the dogs. You don't have to do anything, but for every action, there has to be a consequence, whether it's good or bad. Otherwise, 99% of the time, they just won't listen. So you just gotta let them figure it out. And when you step in, when you say something, it's not if you wanna do it or can you do it, it's this has to be done. And to get to that level of obedience and commitment from your dog, you have to let them do this. You have to let them do what they want to do, but in a structured way. So they really love to play and they really want to play rough. So instead of my obedience shutting that down, my obedience is actually what starts it. So before they can even come out and run and play like this, we have them in their runs. I open the runs, I let them sit there, focus on me, then I give them the cue, which is free. Then that means they can go and do whatever they want. So I have now essentially become the gateway for them to do what they want. And when you do little things like that, incrementally, over time, the dog understands, hey, actually, he's on my side. He's gonna let me do what I wanna do as long as I listen to him. And that's the kind of attitude and mindset you want your dog to have. Because once you do that, actually doesn't take any correction or punishment. You might need to teach them early on about consequences, but once they understand that all good things come through you, as I mentioned in my previous videos, then your dog's a lot more compliant. They want to listen to you. They actually want to do what you say, you're not just forcing them. And that's one of the main things that people get wrong is they try to force the dog to do things. And you don't want a reactive dog, which means the dog just reacts to you. You want a proactive dog. You want a dog that wants to do things. He wants to be with you. He wants to listen. Because when you teach your dog and the dog trusts that you have its best interest in mind, then the dog will be a lot more receptive. And yeah, that's what we're all about here. We love to raise our dogs in a structured environment. We let them be themselves first and foremost, but all our dogs get raised in a balanced way. They can express themselves how they want as long as they fit into and listen to guidance. And let me know, guys, if you would like me to make the video on how to get this kind of reliable recall and obedience, and I can make it step by step. Or if you have any questions in regards to our dogs or how to raise puppies, if you would like more information, I'd be more than happy to make a video, comment any questions that you might have. As I said, like and subscribe.